I'd like
This conference is no longer being recorded.
Wait, what?
This conference will now be recorded.
I'd like to call this meeting of the Harwich Cemetery Commission to order at 8:06 a.m. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Did everybody get a chance to look over the minutes from last meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Any changes?
All set. So who's making the motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll second it.
All approved?
Yes.
All in favor? Okay, we have an email from Megan Eldridge.
Yeah, so Megan had sent us an email with Governor Baker's updated orders stating that we now have to go back. We were up to having 50 people at funerals at one point, and now we're sliding backwards, and we only will be able to have 25 people currently at services. She did give me a packet of masks that I carry in my car so that if somebody shows up and does not have a mask and wants to come forward when they're either the minister or the funeral director is giving a eulogy, at least they can come in closer. Because people aren't attending church services for funerals, most of their services are outside, and we just want to make sure everyone social distance, and but if they are going to come in close, we want to make sure they wear masks. So hopefully it won't get any tighter. I don't know. Our numbers, according to last night's Board of Selectmen meeting, are up again. Cindy, I didn't know if you got to hear it, Cindy, but they have we have like 39 people now currently in the town with COVID, 11 at Wingate. So that's a little upsetting, but hopefully our numbers will get better and all those people will be vaccinated.
We hope. Okay, the next is Paul Sweetser.
Yeah, so Paul came back with a proposal to go out, survey the property on Bank Street, and then, address all of the stuff with the boundary lines and give a letter to the abutters. It'll be between $900 and $1,100. So I think that is a pretty good price, and to straighten out this ongoing issue.
Yes.
We've had for years. Does anybody want to make a motion in support of this, or what's your recommendations?
I think we should move ahead with it and get this squared away once and for all. So I make a motion, we accept the bid and move forward on this project.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Oh, I'm in agreement.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous.
Well, also she tried to look in. At one point, the Boy Scouts wanted to do like a Eagle Scout project about putting up a fence. I can't remember, it was a while ago. So I don't know if John knows anyone that's in that program, or if you know anyone that we could reach out to see if there's anyone still interested in doing such a thing.
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
Great, perfect.
Is it just to fence that in?
Yeah, I think we should just put in either like a sprint rail fence or something like that. And then eventually we'll get a sign over there or something like that, so people know that it's an actual cemetery.
Okay, yeah. That'd be great. I'll ask him about it.
Okay,
I think
thanks.
the rail would probably be the best fence to use.
Yeah.
Right.
Because right now they're just using it and dumping their leaves and all sorts of stuff.
Okay, the next email is from Daniel Delaney requesting legal services.
So as you know, I had gone through the CPC on the article of the East Harwich Union Cemetery. And they had asked that we contact legal services to make sure that we could move forward to spend funds on property that we are maintaining, but we do not own. So we sent, and Steve and I drafted a letter, which I think is in the packet, but Danielle sent us back an email saying that if legal services were to be required, it would have to come from the CPC chair. So I emailed the CPC and let them know that if they want legal services, they have to request it. I did send all the supporting documentation, especially the Mass General Law pertaining to cemeteries, to them as well. And I think that could address it, and they might not need a legal opinion once they read that statute saying that we can expend funds for maintenance and upkeep on the cemetery. So hopefully we'll hear back from them sooner than later, because we'd like the article to go through, right?
Yes. And then we have a letter from NSTAR.
So apparently they're going to be doing work. I included it in the packet because we're the abutters on South Street in Moody Road going down there. It looks like they're doing, putting in services. They're going to put underground cables, conduits, manholes, all the way along that street. I'm glad they notified us, because if we are having a funeral and they have that street blocked off, we'll have to have them come in from Forest Street and then loop back out to go back out Forest Street. So it's just more like information. So they're having a public hearing on Friday at 9:30 in the morning. If people want to attend, I might actually listen in on that, just because I want to know the extent of the work they're going to be doing over there, and if they're going to be blocking off the entrances within the cemetery. So I'll keep you guys posted on that.
Okay. Hopefully just block off one entrance at a time if they have to do that.
Does the cemetery only have the one entrance, or?
No, it has two entrances coming off of South Street and
Right.
one entrance coming off of Forest Street. But if they are working and digging up that whole area and they have the road blocked off, you won't be able to get down the road anyway. So they'd have to go up Forest Street. So I don't know how they're going to be. So currently, if you go in Harwich Center and you go by where Morris O'Connor and Blue Funeral Home is, they're working on that little side road there, kind of near Brooks Academy, going towards Brooks Academy, and that road's completely blocked off. And it's been blocked off for over a week. So if they're going to be doing something similar on that road, I'd like to know. So either I will be listening in or logging in. I don't know if I can just watch it. I'm sure it's going to be taped.
Is
But
there
I could like to know
a
the
noise?
extent of it.
Is
Was there a?
is there a precedence for noise if there was going to be a funeral and they were doing something heavy machinery, to get a pause for an hour, or?
I don't know, but I could ask. You know, if we we are having services in there on this Saturday, but it doesn't look like they're going to be starting work this Saturday. But
Right.
Mrs. Barrett will be, we have a funeral for Mrs. Barrett on Saturday. We'll have to. I'll look into that, and I'll get back to you though.
Okay. Is there anything else, or do we want to move on to old business?
Oh, so there is one thing. I did get a message from Patty from the Selectman's office saying that our end of the year report, which we've already done, needs to be submitted to her by the 22nd of January. So I'll just update the totals for the end of the year balances so that they are all correct. And then update the deaths and stuff like that. So there's a few updates that we have to do, and there was a few little things that I have to change on the report, but it's good to go. I'm glad we had our annual meeting so soon, because it puts a lot less stress on me to submit it on time.
Definitely. Is that something that we have to sign?
No, just goes in electronically, and that'll be in the annual book.
Okay. And now on to old business. You have the Harwich Cemetery, the master plan.
Yeah, so we have the master plan, which talks about our, our goals, but we don't have any long-term plans. Like it says future needs, we do have a future needs section. So I just want, in our future needs section, we have a couple other things. So we want to, it had drainage management, water utilities, rules and regulations, which we need to update sooner than later. Get to finish that. And then future needs for each of the sites. So on each of the sites, we want to create brochures so that it has at least a map in there. So when people call and say, I'm going, I want to find my grandmother's grave. She's at 88 Main in Mount Pleasant. We can have a map online that we can say, well, just download the map. Or if they have to go to Evergreen, or if they have to go to, Pine Grove. I mean, we have a lot of cemeteries, and we get a lot of questions like that. How can I find somebody's grave? I want to visit. It's a year after their death, and I can't remember where it was. But so we want to do brochures for each one of the cemeteries. We want to inventory all the cemeteries with their available space and possible expansions. Right now, I think we're pretty good. The only other one that we could think of was Kelly, which we still never got that finished. It's hard because we don't have a surveyor. We have no one to survey it. That's another thing that we'll have to do. So maybe we'll talk to Paul about that at another date. And then inventory all existing burials and create a searchable database for the veterans, sea captains, historical significant Harwich residents for tours. And then identify areas on ground improvements for each of the cemeteries. So I think in the spring, what we should do is maybe have one of our meetings where, and we did this once before, Cindy, way back when, where all the commissioners, we went out to the cemeteries and we walked the grounds, and then you guys got to really see the different areas that you wanted improvements. So that way we could make a better long-term, long-range plans for each of the cemeteries. And we could do like, in March, we picked 2 cemeteries to go to. In April, we can pick 2 cemeteries to go to. It's going to be hard to go to all of the cemeteries in one meeting. You can do one part of the town on one meeting and then one part of the town on another. I just think if you guys aren't there walking it, you don't really see all the little things.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll bring coffee.
Hold you to it.
So I think that we should, for future agendas, that's what we should have on there. Field trips out there to do inventory and what you guys would like for long-term plans.
Okay. And now we get the Veterans Memorial.
Yeah, so when I was on the recreation meeting for support for this project, which was unanimous, and they were all very supportive. It was very nice. There was one guy that was on there, and I think his name was Van, and he is a veteran that deals with the Hyannis office. I don't know if you know them, Rob. Do you know them?
What's his name?
Van?
No.
I'll look it up.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I've only met Shawnee. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is just a member. He doesn't work there. So anyway, so he says that we could probably try to reach out to them to see if they have funding for this as well. So he thinks that we should draft letters to not only the Chatham one, but to the Hyannis one, because they might have some funding that they could give us to defray the cost of this, which would be more appealing to the public if we actually got some funds somewhere else when it goes to town meeting. So maybe we could look into that. I know, Rob, you have some contacts, so maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, we'll look in and see who we can reach out to and draft some letters, and then we'll let you guys know at the next meeting.
Yep, Brewster also.
Is there a state organization that is apt to give funds? The state veterans thing?
I don't know, but I could ask Shawnee. when she comes in, I know she'll be in on Thursday. So when she comes back, we'll touch bases with her on that.
The plan for the memorial looks nice.
Yeah, that came out great. I'm so excited. So
Now,
I'm still working on the.
how are we doing the electrical plans for that? Are they putting power out there yet?
No. So that's part of this proposal. So we don't have the funding for it. So if it gets passed at town meeting, then we would move forward with that. Hopefully.
Oh, that's what Veterans Day target.
Yes.
Right.
Now we have the draft application of Arbornet.
Yeah, so I included the draft applications for you guys to preview. And since then, I got the longitude and latitude from Dan Pelletier. He sent that to me yesterday. So there's a few more that things that I have filled in. But I just wanted you guys to review it and to see if you thought we needed any changes. They just have a couple little areas that ask for descriptions. And I do have, which I forgot to put in the packet, Hannah's descriptions of all the trees with their scientific name, common name, in a brief 2-sentence description of each tree or shrub that we're going to be using for the tree tags. So I'm going to put those in the next month's packet, but I have to include those with this when we send it to the Board of Selectmen for approval. I'm just going to send over to Danielle and to Joe Powers the application so he can just preview it and see if they want us to do any changes before it goes to the Board of Selectmen vote to submit it. So Larry Ballantyne, who is the chair, is really the governing authority for the town. And then Joe is listed as well. So I put both their names down. Normally you only put one, but Joe is the interim town administrator and Larry is the chair of the Board of Selectmen. So I believe that's the way I'm supposed to do it. So I just want Joe to view that and make sure that that is correct. Everything's done. I sent a little bit over to the Arbor.net people and they were like, it's gonna go right through. So I just wanted you guys to look at it before I submit it to them. And then we'll probably have to go one more time to the Board of Selectmen. I don't know if you guys want to attend or not attend, but I'll let you know when that comes up, okay?
Right.
And that should be easy. They're just gonna look at it and see whether we should submit it or not.
That was a lot of work you put in. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I changed a couple things on the plan. I updated a cover page. I don't know if you saw that. I made a cover page. I added a title to each one of the tops of the plants. It says the James G. Marceline Arboretum, and I put the page numbers at the bottom.
Great.
So that way people, if it ever gets lost, they know what page they're on.
Looks nice. Thank you.
Perfect
All right.
photo in the cover. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the cover too.
And now we have the cemetery signs. Update on those?
So I emailed you guys probably late last night. I don't know if you got it. So he has finished, the Liberty guy had finished installing and moving the sign from the East Harwich Union over to the old Methodist Cemetery, installed the sign, and came out great, looks great. So if you get a chance, you can drive by there and take a look at it.
Okay.
And so that is finished. And I'm waiting to hear back from Young and Fancy Signs about how much the new sign to replace it is gonna be. And that's the update on the signs right now. And once the Arboretum gets, hopefully, gets its accreditation, I think that's the next sign we should put up because Pond does not have a sign. And they're gonna need a sign if we move forward with the accreditation.
Good idea.
Okay, we have some deeds.
We have 3 deeds. So we have Mrs. Campbell bought one single grave in Mount Pleasant. Marie Carlson bought 2 graves in Island Pond. And my brother bought 2 graves in Island Pond as well. And you remember the last time that one of my family members bought a grave, I can't notarize it. So it has to be notarized by somebody over at. So I'll be reaching out to Patty. She's back. So she'll be able to notarize that, and we can have that one submitted. So I'll let you know when you can sign his, but at any point you guys can come in and sign the other 2.
Okay.
And we have the bills. You got that email last night?
Yeah, I sent them out to you last night. Real quick.
So you want us to just do electronically sign them type of thing like we did last time?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna read them to you though. So we had the Liberty Metalworks, which was $1,525, which you guys had approved at the last meeting.
Right.
So I have that on a separate warrant sheet because I'm still waiting for, even though he has submitted all of his paperwork, I need his new vendor number. So then I put together all of the other stuff. So we have an Eversource bill for $5.98.
Which mine was 5 years.
My mileage for the month of December, which was $74.75. The ICCFA, which is the international company that I belong to for cemetery meetings, and they have a lot of online meetings now that you get to attend for free once you become a member. And they do, it's kind of nice because before you used to have to go to either Las Vegas or you had to go to Florida to attend because they're an international company, but their meetings are like workshops. So their membership is $99 a year, and I get a ton of information from them. So, and then my New England Cemetery Association annual dues is $50. A WB Mason bill for $127.98 I put on here. We talked about it at the last meeting, but I never sent you guys a sheet for you guys to sign. So that one's like a month old. And then a new one from WB Mason, which was $89.98. So it's a little over $400 for all of our bills.
Okay, plus the signs.
Plus the sign, yeah.
Okay.
So if you guys could get to that at some point and then send me an electronic confirmation that I'm able to approve or send those in, that would be great.
Okay, I'll take care of that by lunch.
Okay.
And any other new business?
So I did have Caleb Ledoux, he works for Channel 18, update the Cemetery Commission page because Rob's name was not on there, and to switch you to be the chair. So he updated that, and then I had him update on the cemetery page all of the original Harwich books that we had digitized because the CPC wanted more of our stuff available to the public. So he uploaded all of the books up there, and you can click on it, and then it'll show you the books for the different cemeteries, and then people could go up there and read them. Some of them are pretty interesting. But if they're doing their family history or, they're pretty old, 1800s, 1900, early 1900s.
Nice.
Different meetings and, payments and purchases and stuff like that. Not anything too riveting, but people might want to see.
Some of that stuff is really interesting though.
It is to me, but for some reason, when I talk to other people, they don't think it's that interesting.
Okay, any other business?
I don't think so. So go ahead.
Okay, we got the next meeting scheduled, February 2nd?
Yes. We do.
Sounds good.
So, the AmeriCorps members, Ashley, who's from our office, and then we have another AmeriCorps member who works down for the Conservation Committee for Amy Uzowski. They're going to do a walk, and they want to do it in either February. in the cemetery, in the Island Pond Cemetery, and in the conservation piece that is also part of the Arboretum property, talking about different things within the cemetery grounds, weather permitting. So I will update you guys on the dates, but she was roughly looking at either the 2nd or the following Tuesday at 11 o'clock. But I will send you out notification that's going to take place.
Good.
They're going to do another one in the spring, but this is kind of like their first try at it. Hopefully the weather will be cooperating. You never know.
You have nice days.
It could be 50 or it could be 2.
You might need snowshoes.
Been there before.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions or ideas or businesses? Then I make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:32.
Second.
I'm in favor.
I guess it's unanimous.